Dear clients and business partners, a review usually begins with a look back at accomplishments. But today, we're going to do things differently, and we'll start by taking a brief look toward the future. Changes lie ahead for the DB E.C.O Group. In order to ensure that we will be well positioned for our group's successful growth now and in the future, I am handing over responsibility for operations after almost 14 years at the helm of DB Engineering and Consulting. I am very pleased that Andrea Bertolot, who is currently responsible for our business in Germany, will take over as chair of DB E.C. beginning in January 2024. I will retain overall responsibility as CEO of the DB E.C.O Group and DB International Operations, and will continue to actively advance the business of the entire group. Over the past 14 years, our business and the projects we have worked on together have always inspired me to give my best.
Niko, 14 years and you haven't aged one bit.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
You were looking ahead back then.
Actually, Martin, I was always driven by this sense that we could make something big out of our business.
Sports play an important role in your life, and there are many parallels between sports and business.
Yes. Back when I was a competitive gymnast, my hobby was always soccer. And soccer is all about working as a team to achieve goals together. All the pieces have to fit together. I think that's how it is at our company too.
Yeah. And speaking of our company, I think it's worth taking a look back to see what has happened in these last 14 years. Niko, the DB E.C.O Group is a full-service provider today, but the journey to this point was a long one.
For me, it all started with DB International, DBI. I described it as a pearl that we wanted to polish up and grow.
Exactly, that was the first step. And then we also significantly increased our engineering expertise, our engineering services, by taking the next step in 2016, I believe it was.
That was when we established DB Engineering and Consulting, which was a major milestone. Another milestone was in our digital business with the acquisition of InfraView in 2018 and ESE in 2020. This acquisition really strengthened our expertise in digital solutions within the group. In engineering, it has always been important to us to continuously develop and expand our range of services, and that is still true today. The environmental service was part of this when it was added, as is the current expansion in design, in construction supervision, in environmental and geoservices, and, of course, in the inspection center.
What our clients also appreciate about us is our overall expertise, which also comes across well in our consulting division.
Absolutely right, Martin. Here, too, we are a sought-after partner that offers a variety of services in the consulting business. Whether it's a transformation project for a rail company, creating modern structures, processes, and systems for a rail company, or whether it's a project to optimize maintenance processes, we are a sought-after partner in these areas as well.
Yeah. And now, of course, as a full-service provider, we also have a very important asset in our portfolio, and that is our operations expertise.
We established DB International Operations in 2017 and now have our first operator contracts in the bag. The first projects are reaching the operations stage, starting with India, where the first section went into service this year. It was a successful start, with rail operations running safely and reliably.
The growth story of the DB E.C.O Group is really impressive. Looking at the screen here right now, we see India.
Yes, our design center in Bangalore. We also have a second design center in Bucharest, Romania. The background for this is that we have built up engineering capacity at these design centers, particularly for our projects in Germany for strong rail in Germany.
Yeah, and looking at you standing on the platform and seeing the sales revenues skyrocket, this also tells a story of incredible growth.
Yes, we expect revenues of 850 million euros in 2023. And as we saw, it all started 14 years ago. At least that's when my era began. We started out with 100 million euros.
Very impressive indeed. I think the sheer number of people who make us so successful here is also very impressive.
Yes, we are a proud employer with over 7,000 employees today, and we will surpass the 10,000 mark in a few years. The orders we have on our books today alone will enable us to drive growth.
Niko, the DB E.C.O Group's home country is Germany, a major railroad country, which presumably also means that demand for our services is high here.
Yes, absolutely. We have experienced strong growth over the last few years, Martin, and DB Engineering and Consulting is now one of the largest engineering companies in Europe. We want to play an active role, and that is what our employees do every day at our different units to make strong rail in Germany a reality. I'm always thrilled when I'm out and about at construction sites or at design offices and see the passion that our team puts into their work and the pride that drives them.
We can see on the screen how you have helped make video messages for client bids. And we can see projects from all around the world here.
Yes, climate protection doesn't recognize borders, Martin. Absolutely right. And in this respect, we also want to make a contribution as the DB E.C.O Group to ensuring that mobility is made possible, that economies develop, and of course, that the climate is protected in all countries around the world.
Here we see Qatar on the screen, Niko, which is by all means a very special project.
Yes, many of us, myself included, have essentially seen it all the way from the first stroke of the pen on the plans to operating in a few years. Today, it is one of the most modern metro systems in existence, with driverless trains. Incidentally, this is also an example of expertise we have been able to transfer to Germany for strong rail. Our engineers were able to take this experience and assist with the first pilot project for the S-Bahn in Hamburg.
Niko, there you are on camera in India. What was happening there?
This was when the first section of the regional rapid transport system went into operation. Here you can see the train, which we now run every day, and I have to say I'm extremely pleased. Operations are running smoothly, operations that we set up.
We've now seen projects both in Germany and abroad. And one of the guarantees of success that makes us so in demand is certainly innovation.
Yes, innovation has a lot to do with digitalization for us, both in the area of design and construction, and then in operations and maintenance. We have developed many solutions for design and construction, our engineering services. X2BIM is one example, but also many things that we can see here in the video, areas where we are also ahead of our competitors.
Data management is certainly something that always comes up. How do I connect data? How do I handle data intelligently? Especially with regard to our business, maintenance, repair, and operations.
And all the way to AI models that we are developing. Artificial intelligence will play a major role in the future, and we have already developed the first solutions for our operations and maintenance business.
I just saw InnoTrans come up on the screen, which is still the biggest trade fair in our industry. We always attend, and these are precisely the kinds of innovative topics we present to clients there. And Niko, we are frequently flooded with visitors to our booth, right?
Yes, especially at our client reception. I always remember those. I'm already looking forward to next year's InnoTrans, which will be bursting at the seams. It's really great that we're so in demand, and we're happy to answer any questions. Martin, our employees are our greatest asset. We are a service company. We're very proud that we have such a high level of employee satisfaction. Why do you think that is?
I think there are a few reasons. I think it starts with the technical aspects. The fact that we have formats, whether in person or online, where employees have the opportunity to benefit from each other, share their knowledge, and meet each other. This is definitely something that our clients benefit from too. Then there is the social component. That is also very important to us. It's one reason why I am still with the company and still feel very comfortable here. We offer great stuff, I have to say. I think our sports festival is legendary. It has been a tradition for many, many years, maybe even decades at this point, for employees from all over the world to come together, compete together in different sports, and then have a big party at the end of it.
Tut, tut, die Eisenbahn. Wer will mit nach Hause fahren? Liebe Kolleginnen
Hello, everyone. I'm now on day 10 of working from home. I'm not in quarantine, but I want out. I don't want any more conference calls or video calls. I want to go to Berlin. Berlin. We're going to Berlin. Martin, I think I'm just happiest when I'm around other people, with our clients, employees, partners, everyone. COVID was great.
I just hope that wasn't a call with a client on the other end of the line. Niko, here you are with a copy of the Employee magazine in your hands.
A digital native, as you can see.
This change wasn't easy for you, was it?
No, it wasn't. Change is part of life, and it was a little hard for me to let go of the print version of our staff magazine.
Change is a part of life, you said. Here you are traveling through the German countryside on the ICE. Some things don't actually change, or change for the better. What do you think the future of the rail mode looks like, and what will our contribution be?
The challenges that exist in the world can only be overcome in the area of mobility with strong rail in Germany and worldwide. I am immensely proud of what we have achieved, and I look forward to continuing this success in the future with you. Your trust and your support are invaluable to us. On behalf of the entire managing board of the DB E.C.O Group, thank you. Here's to a healthy and successful 2024. And thank you to Martin Hagen, a longtime fellow traveler on this journey.
Always a pleasure.
Martin, here's to the future.